selected my tools for this, which is simply a pair of pliers and a wrench, 3/4 inch wrench. And now I've got to pull the cotter pins. I think this time this one's getting a new cotter pin, because this one's mangled. So mangled cotter pins should be replaced. That's the dogs wrestling, as they usually do. They want me to take them for a run, but I just don't have time right now. I want to get this done before my neighbor shows up with his truck. Yeah, we're definitely gonna change out this cotter pin. One, and then all you do is push the pins out and it comes right out. Now that one I have to climb up in here. Things are kind of wet and slippery, so I'm being extra careful here. Alright, so here's a pin. That's all there is to it. Just one pin there. Put that over here, out of the way. Get rid of that. And then we'll get the bottom one. I don't think it matters which side you pull off. It's just a pin with a cotter pin on each end. I wish I didn't have to pull the bottom one off, but unfortunately, if you split wood and you leave this ram here, you'll break something, and I don't want to break anything. So I have to get the ram completely out of the way to do this job, which isn't that big of a deal. You know, I said, why don't you just grab the side cutters and be done with it? And instead, I didn't. Should have known better. Just grab the side cutters. Makes taking the pins out easier. Alright, now I just got to drop this last pin. Alright, so this just pulls right out. Easy peasy. Here, for that mangled cotter pin. Okay, so now, probably completely missed that, didn't I? All right, now what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to push this down through, like so, and now it's underneath. And I'm going to get under there and swing it out of the way so it's not laying right here where all the debris drops down. But before I do that, I'm going to pull all these cap screws off. I'll get all the cap screws off the top of the wedge here. So you have to take this cap off in order to remove the wedge. Obviously you can't lift it off there. This cap is still here. So there's 5 bolts. This would go a lot faster if I had a little battery powered impact driver, but that's okay. I'm not in that big of a rush. Okay, and then this just lifts right off. So we'll set this down here out of the way. And then the next thing is I'm going to go get the tractor and put the bucket up here so I can just pick this up and set it right in the bucket, and then I'm done. Okay, now get out of the way. Now I'm just going to lift this up and put it right here. There. That was easy enough. Now the next thing is just put the cap back on. So the way this is built, you really need to get all your bolts in first. Get them all in and started before you tighten anything down. Because they don't all, the holes don't line up exactly. Obviously they're very, very close, but a couple of them are just a little bit off. And that certainly can't be helped because of the way this thing is manufactured. It's just the nature of the beast. Now, it's not strictly necessary to tighten this in any kind of a pattern, but I do just out of habit. I do opposites. For something like this, it doesn't really matter, I'm sure. It's a habit of mine, and it's a good practice to get into. And I'm sure there's a torque spec. I don't know what it is, but fairly tight, because you don't want, this is under a lot of pressure when you jam a log through here. You don't want any of this stuff moving. Okay, that's done. Get out of here, and I'm just going to move the ram out of the way like I said I was going to do. And that's it. That's taking the wedge off. Pretty easy. Now, if this was an 8-way wedge, I don't know. An 8-way wedge with 2 more pieces on there, that might be a bit tough to do by hand. I might have to use the tractor with that, but I don't have one of those yet. And in order to do an 8-way wedge, I think I need a bigger ram. I'm not sure what else I need, but probably not getting an 8-way. Probably going to save my money and get a bigger machine. Okay, I'm going to get the tractor out of the way. Get this rim out of the way. Okay, so that's it for removing the 6-way wedge off of the Cord King model 18-20. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it shows you how easy it is to do that, and it's another benefit of this machine. And with that, I'm going to move on to the next project.